Hey everybody, it's Gregory here from Portraits of the Jersey Shore. Here at Island Beach State Park this evening. Hey everybody, this is Gregory here. I am at the Taylor Pavilion and I am live at my book signing. We are so blessed to be able to either live here, visit here, have family here. The fact that I have the capacity to reach people like I do now, to be able to speak about topics that are really important, is very sacred to me.
My name is Gregory Andrus. I am an author, a photographer, and I run the pages Portraits of the Jersey Shore. I began this entire journey with photography, with Portraits of the Jersey Shore. There was a tragic event that happened in my life, but that tragedy, near tragedy, I wound up on a quest to discover what my life's purpose was, and I found faith, and I wanted to be a pastor because of my history before I had this newfound faith and new life with alcoholism and homelessness, etc. It was hard for doors to open to become a pastor, even though I'd gone to school for 4 years. Doors didn't open, and I reached a moment where a lot of my friends were getting careers and doing things, and I was getting very discouraged. I had gotten my very first iPhone, it was an iPhone 4, and I was like, I'm just going to take the camera on this phone, and I'm just going to start taking pictures of things that I see, and just showcasing the beauty that is the Jersey Shore. I've never taken a photo in my life. And I started sharing them on my Facebook page with my friends, and my friends started telling me that I really was taking good photos. And I was like, well, that's news to me. I don't even know how to take a photo, but okay, awesome. I kept taking more photos of the beach, the sunset, the bay, different trees, flowers, and I kept sharing them. My friends kept encouraging me and telling me, like, this is really something. And so I asked my friends on Facebook, does anybody have an old used camera they would want to sell me for like $20, $25? And a week later, a UPS driver came to my house and delivered a brown box. And when I brought it inside, I opened the box and I saw a brand new Nikon D3200 camera, which at the time was still pretty up to date, which is this camera right here. And when I saw this camera, I cried because I just knew that was from God telling me that your future's going to be with photography. So one of the things that I do when I'm walking is write the foundation of the chapter while I'm walking. I'm talking about things that are coming to me as far as like reflecting on my life, on life in general. I'm talking to here because it's as if I'm talking to a friend, just talking about life and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I think it's a cool feature of what I'm doing because this whole entire book is present tense. You're reading the book as I'm walking. It's not looking back and reflecting on it. It is real time happening. So yeah. So one of the hardest things that is becoming apparent, wasn't at the beginning, is now walking the beach and finding new ways to say something with my camera that hasn't been said before. I've already photographed over 30 beaches, and I have about 25 to 30 more to do. And I can't keep taking pictures of just the beach over and over and over again. I've done 30 of these beaches now. So artistically speaking, my biggest goal today is to find just one photo that I haven't done before that really speaks about the glory of this day. So I'm gonna look into that. I did not have the making of this book on my radar. at all. I had actually several different book ideas, including one book idea called Portraits of Hope and Inspiration, which is a collection of stories of people who had gone through very difficult times in their life and had overcome them. I had almost the entire material for it. All the stories, I had all the stories, I had all the photos. I just needed to put it into a book. But I didn't. I had a major interruption in my life. In the fall of 2022, as I am speaking right now, it is this summer of 2024. In the fall of 2022, I had put out a post on my page about domestic violence awareness, because I like to use my page as a servant to the public, and just letting people know, if you're going through something, please tell someone. Here's some links, phone numbers, please say something. What ended up happening, I wasn't prepared for, in that women started sending me images of things that were happening to them, like photos, and it still hurts me. It hurts me that someone did that to them, and they were telling me that they needed help, but they weren't ready yet. And I remember them, I just asked, like, begging them, can please just reach out to someone, and they were like, no, it's not time, and there was nothing I could do. I wasn't even talking to them in person. It was just through a message on my page, and it just triggered just a flood of things from my own childhood. I completely just was leveled, and I had a complete nervous breakdown, and I couldn't go out, I couldn't do interviews anymore, I couldn't do anything.
Hey, hi everybody. Gregory here from Portraits of the Jersey Shore. I'm just going to be honest with you guys about where I'm at, and if you can pray for me. Last summer was an extraordinarily wonderful summer with my book launch, but I'm going to be honest with you, I have a mental illness. There's a lot of shame with mental illness, and there's a lot of shame with what my diagnosis is, which is bipolar. And I'm on medication for it, and I have been for many years, but I can still have highs and lows. And after the summer was over, after that incredible high, I crashed. I had a very serious mental breakdown, and I've been working so hard for the last 6 months, working out my mental health, the traumas, getting healthier. I have not been going out to get interviews really since last October. It's really hard for me to hear people's stories right now when I'm trying to work out and work through my own story.
One of the most critical aspects of this book that I'm doing is spreading awareness and even doing my part to help promote health of mental illness. There's still, in many regards, a stigma about it. People will still refer to someone as being mentally ill in a pejorative sense. People will feel like they aren't free to share about something they're going through in their own life because of a mental illness, and because they don't want to be seen a certain way. You are not doing anything wrong if you have a mental illness. It is not your fault. Let people know. I often share my page. If you're going through something and going through a hard time, and let people know, please. And people will say, I don't know who to talk to. I feel like I'm talking too much to people. See a professional. There's ways to get you to see a professional that can be there for you and talk to you. Go see a pastor or rabbi or priest, or don't go through it alone. I want people to be healthy. I want men and women and everyone to be healthy. I want kids to be healthy. I want families, structures, and I want communities to be healthy. And the more we talk about mental health, and that it is okay to talk about it as a part of our fabric of our society, and to let people know, come talk, the better everyone will be health-wise. I had been telling people stories for over 8 years. And I knew that there would be a time when I needed to tell my story. I had a very powerful story that I needed to share. My whole mission with Portraits of the Jersey Shore, the page, the books that I do, the photography that I do, is about inspiration. It's about showcasing the dignity of every single human being. And I just want to be able to, in my small corner, be able to help people to see the dignity in every single person. And I've been doing that, share thousands of stories of people that I've met, because I don't just share, these are not just for books, the people's stories that I share. I shared most of them on my actual Portraits of the Jersey Shore Facebook, Instagram page. But I needed to tell my story. And I knew it was time when something very specific took place that shook my world.
Yeah.
Everyone's recording?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, are you ready?
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, you're looking at me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not everyone has a movie that is dedicated to their life story or to an aspect of their life. This documentary is about this year of walking the Jersey Shore, which is ultimately about trauma and finding healing from trauma. And as we developed this film, it occurred to me that we were coming up on my anniversary of when I got shot. And I just asked Jenna if she would be interested in going to New Brunswick, where I got shot, which I've never been to before, and to capture that, because if we're gonna do the healing, we need to do it all the way through.
I was standing on Townsend Street around the corner.
I felt that this was the right moment. I never knew if I was ever gonna go back. And I felt that to be able to capture this on camera, me going back for the first time in 25 years, and to be able to see where I got shot and see where I met my second life, my new chance at life, where I found Jesus, where I met my wife, and all these new things that took place because of that one moment where I almost died, but I survived. And to be able to have that filmed when I went back was a gift that I could not begin to compare it to. I asked my family to come, and they said, yes, of course. And then I asked my closest friends to come, and I was delighted because they were coming an hour and a half away to come back here. Just having that was like a blanket of support, because I was extremely vulnerable and exposed going back there, and it really meant, I could do it. It meant I knew I could see this through.
And I remember the paramedics came, and I asked them, am I gonna live? And they said, did you check out?
So when I actually got to the actual spot where I got shot, and that I remember vividly where that parking lot was, I remember I went numb and my hands were shaking, and it was hard for me to comprehend. This was where I almost died. This is where I had a bullet in my head. And it was like, it's really interesting. It was actually interesting to me because it's like a celebration because I got to live and I got to have this amazing life now. But it's still really hard to go back to where something so traumatic happens. I never realized, I wasn't expecting that overpowering feeling of just vulnerability, and I was unsafe that night. Yeah, I was very safe because God had his protection on me, but I could have died. I had holy oil that was gifted to me by a Greek Orthodox church, and I made a cross where I had landed after I got shot, and then we huddled and I said a prayer, and I don't remember what happened after that, but I remember that I reached a point where I was done. I was just like, I'm good, I'm done. And I went and I visited, I paid my respects to where God met me, but I'm never going back.
So for the final push for this walk, I really ramped up the amount of beaches that I walked for the last 2 months. I was walking multiple beaches a week, many miles a week. Sometimes I was walking 10 miles at a shot for each beach because I really wanted to make sure that I got this done relatively within a year. It was a couple of weeks past the year as I started in September of 2023, and I wanted it done as closely to September 2024. It actually wound up being the first weekend of October. It had been a year, and a lot had taken place that year, and I experienced a lot, saw a lot, both internally and externally. I experienced and saw a lot. But I was honestly ready to be done. I wanted to be done with the walk so I could start the process of making the book. But I was also really excited because I knew that all of my friends and family were going to be there. Just how everybody came to show up for the place where I was shot. This time everyone's showing up because they wanted to celebrate an accomplishment I had. I want to just get everybody's attention. So I just want to specifically let you all know that I invited each of you by name to be a part of this because you were an incredibly important part of this journey that I've been on. You know, I think all of you know where I came from, abused as a child. You grew up without any belief in myself whatsoever. I didn't think I was worth anything, even the kindness of strangers that would give me food sometimes, because by the time I was 20, I was homeless, living in the woods in Point Pleasant, living in the streets in New Brunswick, and that's how I lived. When I wasn't living there, I was living in people's cars, I was living back in the woods again. That was my life for 8 years. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I had any value, any purpose. I always wanted to make a difference in this world, but I didn't know how to grab hold of that. And I discovered I had a gift for photography, and I started this page called Portraits of the Jersey Shore 9 years ago. And I just started meeting people, and you know what I was doing? Letting them know that they weren't alone, because I was hearing their stories, a lot of heartache out there. I was sharing with them that, hey, I have my story too, and I found God, and you're not alone. There's a God who cares about you. I care about you. You're worth, keep going. You know, you're worth it. And after a while, I did this for 5 years, hearing all these different stories, until I heard a series of stories about women being abused, and it triggered something in me, and I had a nervous breakdown 2 Septembers ago. And I couldn't hear anyone's stories anymore, because I finally realized I had to listen to my own story. But I got through it, and I emerged like a butterfly out of a chrysalis. I literally emerged a different person, healed from that trauma, but also a new person that I'd never known before.
And I wanted to let go of all the trauma of my childhood, but hold on to the wonder of my childhood. I wanted to figure out what it was to live life with this new perspective, without all the baggage. And I was like, well, I gotta go to the place that I found the healing the most as I was a child. And that's the beach, that's the shore, that's the ocean, specifically. I want to walk the whole Jersey Shore. And I set out last year, to walk the entire Jersey Shore. And I walked every single square inch of every single beach. And Jenna, where are you? You're right there. You walked some of that with me. Sheldon, you did too, you know? Walking every single, and I kept going, and I walked through snowstorms. I walked through horrible pain from my hips because my tendons are so tight from walking these beaches. I walked through major depressions. I walked through incredible just beauty of life, just seeing sunsets and seeing rainbows and seeing seals and just, you know, incredible joy also. That's life. It could be really low. But this is what I tell people when they're going through a hard time now. Push through, because tomorrow is going to be a better day. Push through this hard day. It's not going to last. That's what I tell people now. So we are here, you're all here because you all participated in some way. Love you, buddy. Love you. Love you. So I just wanted to say that. So thank you so much for all of you being here. I love you so much.
So we're about to reach Sunset Beach, which is your final destination on your walk along the Jersey Shore. How are you feeling right now?
So at first, what I was going to say, I wanted to justify what I was about to say. But then I realized, no, like I think we need more of this in this world. And my very first response is, I'm proud of myself. And why do I need to justify that or apologize for that? Like, this was a long journey, and I had to be really dedicated, and I had to commit myself every single week to going out there when I had family and other obligations, but I wanted to see this through. And I'm a mile away. And my friends are going to be there, my family's going to be there, people from my page. And it's a celebration of this journey. And it all started because I had a horrible event take place in my life. There's a verse, there's a saying in the Bible that all things work together for good for those who love God. And God has taken my life from homelessness and addiction and alcoholism, and He's turned it into what it is today with my family and my boys and this life. And then God took my nervous breakdown and turned it into this beautiful journey where I learned so much about myself and so much about the Jersey Shore, and I have so many people invested in this journey. And it's my love letter to the Jersey Shore, but it's also my love letter to myself. And I'm really proud of that. And I don't have to justify that. It's okay to be proud of yourself. How has this experience changed me for the better? And I never really asked myself that question yet. For the first time in my life, I'm really able to say that I am proud of myself. But when I say I'm proud of myself, I set forth on a goal of walking the entire Jersey Shore. And I wasn't going to let any weather or any personal challenges or any personal setbacks stop me from doing it. And I did it. And it's really okay to say I'm proud of myself. And I am. It's really, I think, healthy to say that, you know what, I did do this. And it makes me want to do other accomplishments and other things in life that are going to be goals for me, for hopefully for the betterment of anyone who's able to come across what I'm doing.
One of the things that I love about Gregory is that he truly is a mirror of other people. So anyone who meets him immediately can see themselves, the best part of themselves. He actually reflects back the best part. So you feel like a better person when you're with him. That's a gift. It's a gift. And so it's interesting that he's done this solo trip, because it's been his first project that has actually detached from people, but so appropriate that we're all going to be down here to greet him, because I think what we're really doing too is welcoming him back to his first love, which is connecting with people. He needed to do the trip alone. He had to. He had to meet himself. But this was a trip that really brought him to himself, and we're going to be here to greet him, and I can't wait. I'm just excited. I'm so excited for this.
This is inspiring. I've always thought about like what would it be like to go from, you know, the top to the bottom. When I was younger, did more Cape May County summertime, you know, vacationing. But to be able to compare all the different beaches along the coast and how different yet similar they are, and I really liked following his journey to how he's comparing them. I chuckled at the one post about how the locals were like, "Don't tell everyone how great our beach is." He's like, "Oh, there's sharks everywhere in the water, on the beach, even on the roads." I was laughing because every place has its own gem and its own, like, you know, little intricacies.
It's quite an idea he came up with, because to travel that distance, to walk all that distance, to stop, to pause, to look, to get involved with nature, can't get any better than that.
I would say congratulations for sticking with it and following through to the very end. And I'm so glad he has a perfect day to end it on.
So he's going to write a good book.
Keep inspiring people. Keep doing his interviews, keep inspiring people. He always finds the good.
Hi. Thank you. Good man.
I think every single one of those people are waiting for you.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Name? Dawn, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
When I saw people who actually came in real life, these are real people now, and these people aren't no longer online encouraging me along this walk. They're actually in person, and they're showing up, driving many miles to be a part of this grand finale. It meant so much to me.
It means a lot.
You're a gift to New Jersey.
Thank you. It means a lot.
It's so easy to leave a comment online, though it's meaningful, but to say, no, I'm investing my time now on this beautiful day where I could be anywhere. I could be doing anything, and I'm choosing to be here for this person who I only know from online. It's one of the most rewarding and one of the most sacred things for me, the people choosing to celebrate something I've done. Nobody had to do it, but a lot of people did, and I'm incredibly grateful.
Say hello! Awesome, thank you. I'm gonna get a picture right now. I'm gonna get a picture so my wife.
If I could go back to my past self a year before I started this walk, what would I say to myself? I would say, Gregory, this is one of the best ideas you've ever had. You're gonna be so glad you did it. Do it. Whatever it takes, show up, walk this beach, day in and day out, keep going. You're gonna have the best experience of your life, and future Gregory is gonna be right there pushing you along the way. Keep going, do it, it's awesome.
So now, what's next for you?
I can't.
just as good as up there. I'm gonna keep you near, 'cause you're all I need, my dear. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down. But I'll be safe in your arms, like the light in